8B. Welcome to the physics class, children. I hope you all are fine. And if you remember, in the last class, we were talking about the structure of the eye. Yes? Please, all of you open to page number 196. And I repeat, we were doing structure of eye, in which we have already finished some of the subtopics, and we were on retina, so I'll be continuing from retina itself. I'll be talking about retina, and then we'll be talking about further topics. So quickly, again, just have a look. I'll just tell you, we talked about cornea. Have a look. That cornea is there. Then we had iris, then pupil, then lens. We talked about these topics. Now we'll be talking about retina. As I have already told you in the last class, long back, that retina is the portion of the eye that is going to help. It serves as a screen on which the image formation is going to take place. Now, initially, when we started the chapter, we discussed that somewhere the image formation has to take place, and in the topics that we have just covered, there also we have seen that for the image formation the screen is required on which the image will be formed. So the same way in our case, or in the case of our eyes, when the lens is present and when the image formation will be taking place, for that image formation there has to be a screen, and this retina, where elsewise we have talked about the screen where we have taken white cardboard sheet or white paper or something like that, on which we had obtained the image. But naturally in our eyes, when we talk about, their already natural screen is present, and this natural screen is our retina. Moreover, there are some additional structures which are present which help us in different ways. So let's talk about it. It is a lining behind the eyeball that acts as a screen on which the image is formed. So you can just see here at the back. Now, as I have, if you remember the last time I was telling you, as we'll be doing, you will be matching it with the diagram. So just see that here you have retina. That lining is called the retina, and it continues like this. So that is the screen on which the image formation will take place. Retina has numerous nerve receptors. Now, what are nerve receptors? The receptors which are going to take the information, and they are going to provide it to which part of the body? AB, which part of the body is going to identify that what we are seeing?
Brain.
Yes. So the nerve receptors, they'll be taking the information that what we are seeing, and they are going to pass it to the brain. And the brain is going to tell us that yes, you are right now seeing a tree, or you are seeing a movie, or you're seeing a book, whatever is the case. Fine. So it now again, then we have another thing, that it contains two types of receptor. As I've told you that they have nerve receptors, there are two types of receptors, rods and cone. Now this is something important. These rods and cone, children, they work in dim light and in the bright light. So rods, they are sensitive to dim light. So when we are actually in the dim light, when the light is dim, at that time basically our rods are working and they are helping us to see the objects. On the other hand, when the light is bright, in that case it's not the rod, but it is the cones that are helping us to see the object around us. Then one more thing is that the cones are sensitive to the colors. So the image formation, or the reason why we are able to see the colorful images, or whatever the color of the object is, we are able to identify because of the presence of the cone. So here you have one more objective questions, that which of the following help us to identify the colors of the object. So what is going to be? What is the answer going to be?
Cones.
Cones. Cones will be the answer. Next we talk about the optic nerves. Now, as previously discussed, optic is the word which is related to light. When we say optics, that means we are talking about the light. So optic nerves, or the nerves which are helping us to see, to observe the things and to identify them. So these optic nerves, till where they are going to go? Optic nerves will take the information till where?
Retina to the brain.
Brain, of course. They are special nerve cells that carry the messages or the stimulus from the retina to the brain. Now, of course, see, the image formation has already taken place on the retina, but then it needs to be identified by our body. And which body part? You've already said that it is the brain. So once the brain tells that yes, this is this, you are able to see the object. So this is in collaboration. This is the work and the structure of the retina. Next, we talk about ciliary muscles. We talk about ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscles are present in the eyes, of course. These are special muscles that hold the lens in its position. Now, we have talked about the lens. If you remember to see, look into the diagram. The lens is already there. And what? Now, see, here it is something natural. It is natural. Natural means we are not talking about any of the diagrammatic representation or something like that. This is something which is actually there. So when it is actually there, that means these lens, when they are placed somewhere, they have to be held with something. So what is that holds it? Are the muscles, and these muscles are called the ciliary muscles. Now, what are the ciliary muscles going to do? Ciliary muscles are going to contract and relax, and this is how they help to change the focal length of the eye lens. See, like sometimes you do like this when you observe, or when you come out from the light and you enter a dark room, or from the dark room when you go out into bright light, you have to adjust your eyes. So in that case, what is happening actually, these muscles, they are helping you to adjust the focal length of the lens. So this is how ciliary muscles help us. Is it clear to everyone? 8B, ciliary muscles, the role of ciliary muscles, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this whatever activity, this activity is going on, kicking someone from the call and again like that, and this is all getting recorded. I hope you are sincere enough, you are big enough to understand that everything is there with your name. Everything is getting recorded. I don't expect these things from such big students like you. Why these things are happening? Are you fooled? Don't you understand? You kick out someone and nobody is going to understand. I again repeat, those who don't want to study can leave the class. Please don't disturb the ones who want to study. I think I'm clear. I don't want any wasted on this now. Time is very precious, at least for those who want to study. Fine. Next we talk about sclera. It is the visible white part of the eye where we can see the watery fluid. When you touch your eyes, you can see that the watery fluid is there. And this class 8B, I'm repeating that if this is going to continue, I will be taking the class on Google Meet. And in that case, you will be facing a lot of problems. There is already
Ma'am, can I say?
There is already one class which is facing this problem, let me tell you. Your video will not be original, then you will have to observe the video of the other class. I'm telling you. So choice is yours.
Ma'am, in the geography class, the same happens.
So we don't have any problems. We are making a lot of effort so that you can understand things well. You will not be able to see any diagram on the board when I'll be taking the class on Google Meet. I'm telling you, because I have to take that from my mobile. Let me tell you very clearly. It is only because I take the classes on the laptop, so you are easily able to see the blackboard and everything, whatever, or the object that we use to show it to you. So please be very, very careful. The choice is yours. This will be the last class on Skype. Afterwards, you'll be having classes on Google Meet. We don't have any problems. We don't have any issues. If you are here to study, welcome. If you're not here for studies, please leave the class immediately.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, there is an IB named someone who kicks out everyone from the meeting, even in geography class.
I have seen, and here also everything was there on the screen. You don't worry. Actually, I don't want to waste others' time. That is why I just left that like that. This will be given to Father. Don't worry. And in case you draw it, I'll myself go and I'll talk to Father. These things will not be accepted. I'm telling you. Otherwise, be prepared. I'll be giving notes. I'll be giving my audios on WhatsApp. Be happy with that.
Ma'am, can you remove this person from the group, please?
Of course, I'll be removing.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we talked about the sclera. Fine. Okay. Then we have the blind spot. Now, blind spot, children, blind spot means, blind means where you cannot see. There is a spot where the image formation does not take place, and this we refer as blind spot. Let's talk about it. The portion of the retina, again on retina, which does not have rods and cones. Of course, when there will be no rods, no cones, then you will not be able to see. That is called the blind spot. The optic nerves enter the eyeball at this point. It is called blind spot as it does not here sensitive to light, and the image is formed here is not visible. So that is why it is blind spot. Please put your speakers off. Yes. Now there is something which is very, very important. Again, just have a look at the diagram which is there. The diagram on page number 197. That is, there are 3 diagrams, and whatever I say, you are going to relate it to the diagram. Please wait for some time. Yes. So don't worry, the problem will
Ma'am,
be detected and it will be solved soon. Yes.
ma'am, this someone was disturbing everyone, so I kicked them out.
Okay. This actually, these type of things, children, these type of things happen, and what shall I say? This is something very, very bad. Very bad. I don't want to say much because you people are.
Disturbing everyone, so I kicked them.
It's good. Yes. Okay, so now what you will do is, like, you will relate whatever I say to the diagram which is there adjacent present. Okay, so just do not look here and there. Just be careful with the diagram and to whatever I say. Now, see children, here what happens, the position of the muscle, the ciliary muscles that we just talked about, and the lens is given. Now you will relate what I say with the, it may be because of the network issue, child. The voice is lagging. Just I keep repeating things. So in case you don't just missed out something, just send the message. Okay. So the light from the object enters the eye through the pupil, as we have already discussed. As the lens is convex, a real and inverted image is formed. So this has to be kept in mind that a real image is one which is,
Which can be taken on a screen.
yes, which is formed on the screen, and inverted means what? Upside down. So it is formed on the retina. The rods and cones in the retina convert this image, the upside down image. Just remember what happens, that in case of since the lens in our eyes is convex, so what happens, the image which is formed is real. And why it is real? Because we already know that it is being formed on the retina, so of course it is real, we have the proof. Now this image is inverted. Inverted means if the pen is being observed, this pen will not be observed as it is, but it will be observed this way. But this doesn't happen. We see the pen as it is. We see the object as it is. So what is happening? Let's talk about it. So once the inverted image is formed, then what happens? The rods and the cones which are present, these convert the image into electrical impulses, that is signals, that are transmitted to the optic center of the brain through the optic nerve. Now through the optic nerve to the brain, this has been sent. The final image is now formed again in the brain, and here it is re-inverted. So it was initially like this. It was initially like this. On the retina it was formed like this. The impulses were sent to brain, and in the brain again the image was re-inverted. Re-inverted means again in this way, and that is why whatever we see, whatever we perceive, we see same as it is. So in between there is a process that takes place, that is the inversion of the image, and that you need to keep in mind, that on the retina inverted image is formed, but when it is again seen or it is perceived by the brain through the optic nerve, the impulses are sent, and when this happens, then again reinversion takes place, and we are able to see the upside down, the correct image of the object as it is placed in front of us. Is this much clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Any confusion here regarding this? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now children, the diagram which was there, you have to relate with what I speak. We talk about some of the defects, and defects we are going to relate with the diagram, that yes, actually it happens, because of which we are not able to have the clear vision or the proper vision in which way it is required. So defects of vision may occur because of the aging. First of all, as the age increases, what happens, that there are some problems, the muscles become weak and other problems take place. Even the lens, since it has become very old, so a lot of problem arise in vision. We are not able to see. Secondly, there are some of the cases in which the proper diet is not taken, and that is why small children, even they suffer this problem and they are unable to see. Third, from birth, if there was some deficiency with the mother, and it can carry on to the child was not given proper nourishment, and that is why from the birth only the child suffers the problem in the vision. So these are some of the possibility due to which this thing happens. Then children, sometimes what happens, there are some of the problems due to which the image formation does not take place at the proper point where it is required to take place, and because of such problem, what happens, that people are unable to see the object. There are different objects that people are unable to see. Again, this child has started doing the same thing. Okay, so in this case, we are going to study about different defects. There are different defects which we are going to study about, that sometimes we are unable to. In Hindi, you must have heard people saying, "Paas ki nazar kamzor hai, dur ki nazar kamzor hai." Kamzor hai means there is some problem in the eye, there is some problem with the eye, due to which the person is able to see the, you can say, the nearby objects, but has problem in seeing the far off objects. On the other hand, the person has clear vision of the objects that are kept far away, but the person is not able to see the things or the objects that are kept nearby. And these type of people who are not able to see clearly the things which are kept nearby, they also face problem in reading, because of course you do not keep the book on the wall and you read it. It's not possible. You take the book in your hand and you read, and many of the time people suffer this problem, that they are unable to read because of what they are unable to see. So these are the problems, these are the defects of the eye, of the vision, which take place due to various reasons as I have mentioned. So we'll be talking about these reasons, children, in the next class. Today we have come to the end of our class, and whatever has happened today will be of course reported to father, and I'll be following the instructions whatever will be given later. Fine, children. So till whoever, those who are interested in studies, of course, all big lot of my 8th B, of course, you are going to revise the chapter well till we meet again. Okay, you'll read all the topics, we'll read all the text that is given in the book that we have covered today, and you'll report in case any problem arises. Fine, children? So, till we meet, take care of yourselves. Bye bye, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.